People both young and old can experience the helplessness of grief, and the holidays, days meant for celebration, can be a trigger. Today, staff from Catholic Charities Mary Star of the Sea Apartments in Cobble Hill came together to learn how to better counsel those suffering from grief ahead of Mother's Day.
People feel especially lonely during a holiday because they remember all the relationship that they had, and it's just really hard sometimes to get through a holiday, especially Mother's Day. You know, the relationship with your mother is huge and complicated usually, and it brings up a lot of triggers.
But April Boone, the coordinator of Bereavement Services, doesn't just work within Catholic Charities. She starts grief support groups in parishes around our diocese.
They're great because they're run by committed volunteers who care about helping people through their grief journey. So they meet in different parishes, and they form a circle of trust, and people over time get really healed by just being with other people who are suffering the same kind of loss. This is part of the gospel, is to be with people who are suffering. And this, you know, grief is not parenthetical. It's not like out there. Everybody goes through these things. And if they're not addressed, you get sick. It makes you sick. People get violent. And it's all because of their grief. They're lonely. Their sorrow is making them, you know, act out in these ways.
But for those of us that aren't counselors, there are ways we can still help our loved ones get through.
It's very simple. Even counseling people with grief, it's very simple. You listen to them. The problem is in families, you know, you want to hurry it up because it's painful to listen to somebody go through their story and their pain and their loneliness. It's painful. But if you allow someone, without judging them, to unfold their story, and if they need to cry, allow them to do so, because that actually clears their head for the next, you know, level of coping. So it's a matter of just accompanying the person in their sorrow. It doesn't take a lot of technique. It takes an open heart and an open ear to make it happen.
The most important thing to remember is that grief is also a celebration of life. It means that you were lucky enough to have someone who made it hard to say goodbye to.
It means that this person, you know, helped you form your own identity, you know. So that's a beautiful thing. And that's why you're so hurt, really, because you miss the presence of that person. Even if it was a difficult relationship, you know that their life contributed to your life. And so it's a celebration of your humanity.
If you want to join or start a support group in your local parish, Catholic Charities urges you to give them a call at 718-722-6214. Reporting for Currents, I'm Michelle Powers.